Schaefer.
And I'm Terrell Wilson. A decline in male college admissions could be affecting women's chances of getting accepted. Also, organizations outside of colleges are trying to bring awareness to the issue.
And studies show that music can actually help you focus. All that and more coming up. A major imbalance between women outnumbering men on college campuses across the country is alarming experts and the academic community. Many fear that this is a sign that men are falling behind. According to the New York Times, women make up 59% of students on many college campuses, compared to an average of 40% of male students at the end of the 2020-2021 academic year. In extreme situations, some colleges are allegedly discriminating against women during the admissions process in order to assure that gender diversity is within the classrooms.
There is something alarming on college campuses around the country that has admissions offices coming up with a solution to a problem that began before the pandemic. An alarming gap in enrollment between male and female students has experts worried. It is noticeable on college campuses across the country, where admissions offices have seen an increase in female college applicants and a decrease in male student applications.
As a whole, whenever it comes to male enrollment in college decreasing, I feel like it's a mixture of things. I feel like it's a side effect of the pandemic just taking a toll on everybody.
Experts say it is a pattern that began before the pandemic. At that time, 700,000 fewer students were enrolled in college, with 78% being fewer men.
I know that men are attacked more by depression than women are. We need more education for men and more outreach to men as far as education goes and getting them to get in college.
The answer to that problem, at least at UL Lafayette, includes building international programs, enhancing residential facilities, and keeping in contact with students through social media. Many of the future generation executives fear as if the shift in campus culture will cause more of a division in corporate America. Terrell Wilson, TV 308. While several college boards have yet to take any large-scale actions, campaigns and organizations outside of colleges have been attempting to deal with this issue.
Favorite snacks, a quiet place to focus, and now it turns out there's yet another way for college students to perform well, on tests, special projects, and even exams. It is all about the sound of music, according to some studies. These studies have proven the genre and volume can improve your concentration and motivation. Jazz, classical, and electronic musics are high on the list of favorites. Coming up after the break, online shoppers should protect themselves against cyber criminals. COVID-19 has affected job searching for many college graduates. How can young adults make better financial decisions? We will let you know after the break.
When I first saw Turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
Holiday shopping season is here, and with online shopping preferred being more than usual due to the COVID-19 pandemic, consumers are vulnerable to more cyber threats. October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Shoppers are encouraged to take several precautions to protect themselves while buying anything online. First, change your passwords often. Avoid using the names and birthdays of your kids and pets. And do not use the same password for multiple accounts. For many college students, the arrival of the pandemic last year did more than disrupt their studies. It had an impact on various work environments, which made companies pull back from hiring, but things have changed. Jobs are in great demand for seniors and future graduates. Launching a career after college has been a challenge for many, but the pandemic has definitely made it more daunting for most. The uncertainty of finding a job has future college graduates apprehensive about their future. Yusuf Davis, a senior who's getting a bachelor's degree in kinesiology, says some graduates will certainly have it a lot easier than others.
A lot of people just wasn't expecting the pandemic, so they weren't really expecting the fact that they wouldn't be able to have as many people inside or in person at work.
The job market for college graduates has been unsteady since the start of the pandemic.
It's pretty hard for everybody once they get out of college. My girlfriend's currently going through a situation where like she can't find a job in music business. Having a unsteady job market is nerve-wracking for everybody.
According to Forbes magazine, internships and job opportunities drastically declined by 60%, resulting in a disturbing shortage of positions for college students.
Nurses is always the most needed because, healthcare, stuff like that. People need that all the time. Every job should, have the same kind of impact.
Having to make the choice of accepting whatever comes their way or choosing not to settle for less. Future college graduates often have a tough time making the decision between the two. Senior Samantha Jornette, receiving a bachelor's degree in marketing, also plans to get the most out of her first and future jobs.
I think it depends on what point of your career you're at. So for me, as a beginner, I'm going to want to get as much experience as I can.
Now is the time to adapt and find new ways to rise against adversity in the job market. Although employers are beginning to hire more future graduates, they're still being cautiously optimistic.
Are you a college student having problems with money management? College is one of the most vital years for young adults beginning their independent financial journey. Financial advisors say when it comes time for checks and balances, budgeting and using basic saving strategies will keep college students start and keep a healthy financial portfolio. Being responsible by saving instead of spending student loan refunds, paying close attention to the fine print before getting and using a credit card, and learning the basics about the stock before investing are all sure ways to develop and maintain a strong and stable financial foundation well beyond college.
The estate of Henrietta Lack sued a biotechnology company, claiming Johns Hopkins Hospital is selling her cells without her consent from when Lax was admitted for cervical cancer treatment before she passed in 1951. HeLa cells, named after Lax, help modern medicine with developing a polio vaccine, genetic mapping, and COVID vaccines. Johns Hopkins Hospital denied the allegations but mentions other companies such as Thermo Fisher Scientific have been profiting from Lax cells. The New Orleans Pelicans hope for a bigger and better season than last year. Raging Cajun fans are hoping the football team can defeat Appalachian State again. That and more coming up.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
After a disappointing 2020 campaign, the New Orleans Pelicans look to turn the tides in 2021. The Pelicans opened the NBA preseason with a loss against the Minnesota Timberwolves on October 4th. Moving forward, the team will be without center Jonas Valanciunas, who has a right thumb strain. You can watch upcoming games live on Pelicans.com or listen to the radio broadcast on ESPN 100.3. It's showtime for the Raging Cajuns football team. In a few hours, UL faces off against Sunbelt rival Appalachian State. Fans are hoping for the same outcome as the 2020 game, when for the first time since 2014, the Raging Cajuns beat the Mountaineers. Here are a few predictions.
I think the Raging Cajuns are going to shut out App State, throw for about 1,000 passing yards, and run for another 500 yards.
It's giving UL vibes. It's giving. We're going to win, we'll 1-2.
Probably going to be a pretty hard battle, but in the end, I think our team can win pretty easily. Yeah.
Raging Cajuns, baby, all the way.
UL, obviously.
UL gonna win. Yeah. Oh yeah.
UL, of course, as always, because we just that school.
at Cajun Field. Kickoff is set for 6:30 p.m. Experts favor App State, but predict the game will be a slugfest.
A restroom, that was high on everyone's list, as well as an inclusive playground, an interactive splash pad, and a tree house. That's what we call the kids' play area.
The crosstalk. Whoa. New South Korean horror series, The Best Obsession. New original series Squid Game is currently the #1 show on the Netflix streaming service in 70 countries since its release on September 17th. This psychological horror takes the concept of child-friendly games and turns it into a life or death situation that successfully delivers a dramatic yet stunning aesthetic to the series. Fans say the success behind the series comes from its pacing and cliffhangers. Now, Terrell, we were talking about this before the show, but I didn't find out about Squid Games until a friend told me, and then he kind of explained the concept. And I gotta admit, I'm a little engaged now, but out of the two of us that have actually seen the show, what were your thoughts on it at first viewing?
From when I first viewed the show, it really was interesting how they took the form of childhood games and turned it into something that was very deadly. And I feel as if the show isn't really kid friendly, but it definitely went viral all over social media, especially the particular scene with the red light, green light game. And basically, it's been like a cultural reset for society, definitely. And also a fun fact about this show is that the director tried to pitch the show about 10 years ago, and it never got picked up until recently this year. And it's crazy how that it landed a spot on Netflix, and it's been #1 for about 4 to 5 weeks now, if I'm not mistaken. But the show is really interesting, and I like the twist and the alluring scenes and interesting plot and character.
Well, after 10 years of being turned away, I'm sure there's a lot of producers at other networks that wish they'd get their hands on it now.
Yes, they definitely fumbled.
Well, I'm definitely going to do my best to try to check out the show after this.
That's our news. That's all the time we have for our newscast. Thanks for watching.
Remember to like us on Facebook at UL Lafayette Broadcasting. I'm Ben Schaefer.
And I'm Terrell Wilson. We'll see you next time.